Hello and welcome to Balderdash Academy. I'm your headmaster, Bob LeBlanc. Joining me, as always, is our faculty, head of English Language Arts, Professor Molly McGill.
Hey, shout out to my unintentional hairdresser, Humidity, for making things interesting.
Head of Home Ec and Wellness, Professor Marie Stewart Harmon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to my porch.
Coach of the Balderdash Academy Dashers, Steve Corning.
We'll get them next year.
And our reigning champion, former head of guidance, and the new head of science, technology, engineering, art, and math. That's right, the new head of STEAM for Balderdash Academy, Professor Nate Green.
Wow.
So happy to be here with all of you while I'm locked in this room.
Wow.
Our visiting professor today is Emmy Award-winning journalist Jeff Peterson of WGME and Fox 23 in Portland, Maine. In addition to being the host of Good Day Maine and news anchor, Jeff is a singer and trombonist, athlete, supporter of the Special Olympics and Camp Sunshine. There are links in the description to donate to either or both, and regular volunteer at senior centers. Jeff has agreed to be the scorekeeper tonight while our faculty members compete for the coveted reigning champion banner. They'll perform a series of challenges. At the end of each challenge, Jeff will award points to the answer that he likes best. Not the right answer, but the answer that he feels is most worthy. The points are arbitrary and can be given at any time, for any reason. At the end of the show, the faculty member with the highest point total will be named the reigning champion. Our current champion is Professor Nate Green.
Yeah.
All right. So that sound means it's time for a pop quiz. Our first pop quiz is from Professor Molly McGill of English Language Arts. Molly?
Good day, faculty. So great to see your beautiful faces. And Jeff, welcome to Balderdash Academy. Jeff, what I do is I give a word of the day. The faculty is then going to give me the definition of the word of the day, and we'll see if they've been studying their vocab words that I gave them prior. Now, you're not going to necessarily choose the right one, but the one you like the best. Faculty, I hope you have been studying. Today's word of the day is quanking. Quanking. Today's word of the day is quanking. Steve.
Of course.
Coach Steve, you look great and ready.
Oh, I look ready, do I? Thank you so much for calling on me first. I love it when you do that. You know what? The Quam King. Everyone's familiar with a prom king. You go to prom and it's voted on. There's a prom king and queen. Well, there's actually a big festival held every year in Guam called the Guam Days. So we just had the 2020 Guam Days. Now, every year during their festival, they elect it was supposed to be the Guam King initially, but there was kind of a translation from the language they speak in Guam, which we all know. Of course, I don't need to mention it. And there was kind of some translation was lost in the people that were reporting on it. So it ended up becoming the Quam King, and it's the most popular person in Guam during the festival.
Thank you so much, Coach Steve. So the Guam King, the most popular at Guam Days. Great. Marie.
Yes, so in Alaska, there is a prevalence of king crab fishing, and there is a culture within the king crabs, and there is a Quam King, and it is the head king crab, and it will never be caught. It leads all of the other king crabs around, and it will always be at the front of the herd, but it will never, ever be caught. That is why it is the Quam King.
Okay, the elusive king of crabs. Nate?
I just learned that a gathering of crabs is actually called a herd. I did not know that.
Yes.
Quam King. It actually goes to musical groups that do only quantum physics music. It's all inspired by quantum physics, and there's this one specific group called Elvis Proton, who is like the king of quantum physics music. So they call him the Quanking.
Okay, so Elvis, a quantum physics rock band.
Elvis
What about
Presley.
you, Headmaster Bob?
Well, you see, Quamp is a dance. It was very popular in New England right around the turn of the 19th century. And everything old is new again. And frankly, people are getting together before. They were not getting together now. They were getting together before to Gwamp. And it's called Gwamking, right? At which point, imagine a square dance, but circular and aggressive. It is a New England thing.
Okay, the aggressive square dance. Okay, so Jeff, we have Coach Steve's Guam Days, the king of Guam King, the king of Guam Days. Excuse me, Coach. Sorry to flub that up. We have Marie's elusive Crab King. We have Nate's quantum physics rock band, and we have Headmaster Bob's really great circular dance move. What do you think?
First of all, Molly, I'm going to have to give you 20 points for that outrageous smile. Give me.
Thanks.
Well played.
Let's start with Steve. First of all, that answer. I didn't like the answer at all. However, I love your shirt.
Thank you. And you got to remember, I was the first one called on, so that was a really quick. I had to bring up that memory of Guam.
But you got 10 points for the shirt, though.
Oh, thank you.
I got to be honest with you, Nate. I will give you 20 points if you send me an Elvis song right now.
If I sang you an Elvis song?
Elvis song. You said it was associated with Elvis.
Love me tender, love me sweet.
Points, baby. Man, I'm going to have to give you a big 0 with the answer. However, your choreography with the hands while you talk, that's worth at least 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take
And
it.
Bob, if you actually danced in that circular motion, I would give you 50 points right now.
I'm tied to my chair, but I'll take you up on it when I can stand.
Oh, man.
A little love to everybody. That was great. Okay, the actual.
Wait, who's keeping score all now? Who's the scoreboard?
I have it all down.
All right, sounds good.
That's Bob. Don't you worry about
Also,
that.
Bob, we haven't danced yet, so you're still at 0.
That's after
fair.
halftime.
All right.
So the word of the day, Quanking, actually is something that if you were a newscaster would really piss you off. It's sideline noise that upsets a performer's concentration. So whatever you don't want to do is get your quanking on when you're in a news studio.
So it's kind of like with the dog
right.
squirrel? Squirrel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry we didn't study Molly.
Again.
I must have studied the wrong word again. That happens every week.
I look forward to you doing better next week, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Molly. So, our first game is called 4 Questions. Jeff has worked across the country, California, New Hampshire, Maine, New Orleans, and Colorado. And in keeping with our tradition of having the questions tentatively connected to the guest, tonight's questions are about the public art of the Denver International Airport. So whichever of our faculty members gives the best answer, not the correct answer, but the best answer, Jeff will award points. Our first question. One of its more famous pieces of art, the enormous 32 feet tall sculpture titled Blue Mustang, is known for what? Marie,
Yes.
what do you got?
Yeah, it was the Babe in the Blue Ox. So they meant to make the Blue Ox, which the giant lumberjack man, it's his ox. But it was, oxes were a little outdated, so they decided to build a car instead.
That giant
It's 32
lumberjack
foot
man.
tall car. Yeah, him.
That's a great,
Yeah, you know
great
exactly
answer.
what I'm talking about.
I do. Great answer. Nate, what do you have?
It is it's known because you know what a milk mustache is. This is a actual mustache that has the beverage Tang on it. And when you have too much of it, it stains the bottom of your mustache, and it looks like you have a little tang stash, Mustang.
Mustache tang. Molly, what do you have?
Well, those are all really great, guys. But what it's actually known for is for making the Pantone color of the year popular, as this statue is in this very nice, vivid navy blue that was all the rage as the Pantone's color of the year.
Get your hex codes ready. Steve, what do you got?
Hey, Bob, thanks for calling me last. I really appreciate it. It gave me time to remember what the real answer is.
Flashback. Steve, what do you got?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? Why, Bob? Why are you calling on me? I did it first last time. You have one job to do, and it's not to call on Steve 2 times in a row first.
This has been a Balderdash Academy flashback.
I got your back, man.
So if I remember correctly, this is a giant blue horse statue.
That's right, giant blue horse.
Yeah. So it's actually hollow, and it's actually clear. The blue color comes from it being filled with fresh air. As you know, air is hard to come by in Denver, Colorado. Very, very high up city. So what they decided to do was to build a giant horse statue full of oxygen that they could slowly have ooze out into the city of Denver so everyone could breathe a little bit easier. So it's a hollow statue full of air. Thank you.
So an air-oozing Mustang, all good answers, all great answers. It's actually famous for having killed its creator when the head fell on him.
Oh, right, that too. Right,
But-
I forgot about that.
Those are all great answers. All right. So Jeff,
I'm
have
so involved with the answers.
we have Marie with Babe the Big Blue Ox. We have Nate with Mustache Tang. We have Molly with Pantone color, and we have Steve with it is filled with fresh air. How would you like to score this?
First of all, just to hear Steve say the word ooze with such conviction, at least 10 points. And for knowing about all the mile-high air in Denver. I lived in Denver for 2 years, so Steve, that away, buddy, that away. Also, let's go with Nate. You have no facial hair. How do you know what gets hung on the facial hair anyway? So you get the big piece of
0 for Nate.
Yeah, let's talk about Marie now. First of all, after hearing her answer, it really inspired me to think back on my years watching Monty Python with I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay, I sleep all night and I work all day. Not just that. 25 points for that, for bringing up that memory. And also, I'm loving the flowers in the background. You must have had a major in botany, Marie. That's awesome back there.
Home economics.
30.
Thank you.
All right, another 5 for Marie.
Oh, wait, forgot about Molly.
Oh, sorry.
Molly?
Yes, Jeff.
Yes. Just for inviting me to be on this show, I'm going to give you 5 points. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
5 points.
I will take it.
That means your answer sucked and I didn't like it, so. But I still.
So
But he still likes you.
the Blue Mustang is made of fiberglass, colored bright blue, and has illuminated glowing red eyes. It is referred to by the locals as what? It is bright blue, made of fiberglass, and has illuminated glowing red eyes. What is it called? Steve.
Are we still talking about the giant blue Mustang?
Same Blue Mustang.
What is what called? Isn't it called Blue Mustang?
Flashback.
It is referred to by the locals as what?
This has been a Balderdash Academy flashback.
So the Blue Mustang is
Yep.
made of fiberglass, colored bright blue with illuminated glowing red eyes.
Yes.
And it's given a nickname by the locals. What do they
Right.
call it?
They call it the Eye of Sauron, obviously. Sorry, I couldn't think of that in the moment.
I am Sauron. Yes, Marie?
I know the right answer. It's Satan's Siren. The red eyes, and to the locals, it's Satan Siren, Sally Satan Siren, like Mustang Sally, and the evil red eyes. Sally Satan Siren.
Sally Satan Siren. Nate, what do you got?
Sticking to it.
I have the devil in the blue dress.
Ooh. Devil in the blue dress. Molly.
Well, it's obviously good old blue balls because it's blue and it's a horse and it's pissed off with red eyes.
So we have Steve with the Eye of Sauron. We have Marie with Sally's Satan Siren. We have Nate with Devil in the Blue Dress. And we have Molly with Blue Balls, which is the first time I've ever said that sentence. The answer is a mix of all of you. It's actually Blucifer. So, ooh. Jeff, how would you like to score this?
Oh, Bob, I'm giving you 100 points right now. You just said Molly has blue balls.
Yeah. It's very uncomfortable.
I'm surprised to say that's actually the first time I've said that sentence.
Surprisingly, honestly.
Yeah.
All right. Any other scores? Or?
Everybody, I honestly, after you said Molly had blue balls, I can't remember everything else that you guys did. So Nate, Steve, Molly, everybody, you guys all got 0.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so the third question, Denver International Airport is the basis of some wild conspiracy theories. One involves a fun art installation that's considered by some to be the harbinger of something evil. What does that art installation contain? And let's start with Nate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So this thing of evil, the harbinger of evil, what it does, what's inside of it is Cheeto dust. And after you look at it, if you spend more than 5 minutes looking at it, straight in the Cheeto dust, you end up with orange fingers that just follow you around for the day.
Which is appropriate in the first state that legalized marijuana. Molly, what do you have?
Oh, I'm so glad you called on me. It's actually, they went with an Over the Rainbow theme. Really popular back then. So Over the Rainbow plays, there's beautiful rainbow and clouds, and there's a pot of gold. And you have to be careful because an evil leprechaun lives in there. I am the leprechaun. You guys ever see that movie?
Because always the leprechaun.
Is that Gremlins?
Always the evil leprechaun. Steve, what do you got?
Like all harbingers of evil, this one also contains a painting by Salvador Dali of a can of tuna fish and some saltine crackers.
One of his famous melting tuna. Marie, what do you got?
Well, the employees at the Denver airport thought that they might do some installation art. They took all of the trash collected in the airport and they created a shrine in the very center of the airport, and it is the art piece, and it has a rancid smell like one that would emanate from hell. And that's your piece of art.
So, good answers, all of you. One of you actually got it pretty close.
What?
So we have Nate with Cheeto dust. We have Molly with Over the Rainbow with an evil leprechaun. We have Steve with tuna and saltines, and we have Marie with a cathedral-like shrine and a rancid smell. So the actual answer are gargoyles in suitcases called Notre Denver by Terry Allen. And what inspired him to do this is that he considered the airport like a cathedral. And what do you have in cathedrals? You have gargoyles. So those were your answers. Jeff, how would you like to score this?
Man, look at all the things I'm learning today. Man, I came into this this show like as an idiot, and I feel so smart now.
Hey, real facts from a real fake school.
My brain is getting bigger by the minute. First of all, Molly, hey, I'm a big fan of The Wizard of Oz. I love your Over the Rainbow, but it was not leprechauns. You should have said munchkin or Munchkins instead. Okay, so you missed out on that one. Nate, I can't stand Cheetos, but I love the answer since, of course, Colorado, the first state to legalize pot. I'm going to give you 5 points for the Cheeto dust. Steve, great with the memory. You're getting 20 points because you remembered that Marie loves tuna and crackers. We talked about it about 15 minutes ago during the first part of the show. And Marie, just the fact that you said just the describing words and your delivery of the rancid smell from hell, that's worth at least 25 points for you.
I agree.
Thank
That is
you.
worth at least 25 points.
All right, our last question in 4 question is about Leo Tanguma's 2 diptychs, In Peace and Harmony with Nature and Children of the World Dream of Peace. Now, they're at the center of another wild conspiracy theory. So one panel of Children of the World Dream Peace features children dressed in traditional folk costumes. Those costumes are from around the world. They're celebrating peace, right? The other panel features what? Molly, what do you have?
They are riding the unicorn cat that's puking the rainbow, because they're all like, peace has been established! And so they're just right out there into outer space.
That makes a lot of sense. Great answer. Steve, what do you have?
Well, one panel, of course, features something that you would say is beautiful and amazing, children celebrating peace. So the other one, of course, celebrates all the worst things that could possibly happen to someone. And when you're in an airport, of course, that is the Subway sandwich artist spitting into your footlong and Starbucks running out of chai. So that's what is featured on the painting.
So unwanted protein and not enough protein. Marie, what do you have?
It's like Noah's Ark, except all the animals are dancing in place of the children. All the animals from all over the world. Warm
Noah's
and
Ark with
fuzzy.
dancing animals. Good answer. Nate, what do you have?
Well, they needed to be able to fund the first painting. So in order to do that, the second painting was sponsored by Reese's Pieces. And since it was nature themed, it had the Reese's Pieces dressed up in gnome garb, prancing around the woods. And then little did they know, E.T. was over there picking each one out.
So you have Reese's Pieces trying to get in on the M&M game. So the answers are Molly with unicorn puking a rainbow. You have Steve with the worst things like Subway artists spitting in your sandwich or Starbucks out of chai. You have Marie with dancing animals out of Noah's Ark. And you have Nate with a blatant sponsorship by Reese's Pieces. Fantastic answers, all of them. It's completely wrong, but great answers. It features a gas-masked stormtrooper with a machine gun in one hand, striking down the Dove of Peace with another. Exactly the type of thing you want when you land on a cross-country flight. So, or half-country flight.
What? I need
Jeff,
to look
how would you
this
like to
up.
score this?
I'd like to be a unicorn and puke up all the answers I just heard.
In a good way, in the best way.
Try to burn them out of your memory.
However, just because Steve gave a Starbucks reference, which, by the way, my oldest son works at Starbucks when he's not in college, I'm going to have to give him 20 points for that. Nate, I'm going to have to give you a big 0 because I would rather eat M&M's than Reese's Pieces. Even though I loved E.T., I love the E.T. reference, phone home. And Marie, I mean, you used the term warm and fuzzy. 3 of my favorite words, warm and fuzzy. That's worth at least 10 points right there. Yes! For the fact, seriously, that you said unicorns puking up the rainbow. I can't wait to tell that to my 10-year-old tomorrow. She is going to... I'm going to give you 10 points for that, too. Yay!
Can I give some points to Jeff real quick? I'd like to give Jeff 45 points for pronouncing Reese's Pieces correctly. So,
All right, 45 for Jeff.
thank you, Jeff. A lot of people in Maine, probably around the world, pronounce it like Nate does it. It really,
How did I
really
pronounce
grinds
it?
my gears. So it belongs to a man named Reese. So it's Reese's, and then you just say the word pieces like you normally would. Pieces.
What did I say?
You said Reese's Pieces, which sounds like feces, and nobody wants to think about that.
Well, honestly,
when they're putting little brown things in their mouth.
I do call them Reese's
Hey.
feces.
It's great for a diet food. So our points at the end of the first segment, we have in last place Nate with 25 points.
Golfing score.
Next we have Molly with 35.
Okay.
We have Steve with 60, Marie with 85, and in an odd upset, I am in the lead with 100 points.
Fork some tuna on saltines and settle in as our faculty interviews WGME anchorman Jeff Peterson. Get personal with this rugged family man full of high school spirit and vegan jerky as we talk about his career, his kids, all the mountains he hiked, and how his milkshake brings all the seniors to the lobby. Damn right, you don't want to miss it on the next episode of Balderdash Academy.
Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. You can find us on your favorite podcast service as Balderdash Academy. Go Dashers!